Hello, 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 and welcome back. We're back again. We're doing this all over with another matchup between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Philadelphia Flyers. I am your host and moderator. I am Statboy Mike. This is going to be game 5. Second elimination game for the Pittsburgh Penguins, who are down 3-1, hoping to stave off elimination again and move on to game 6. Now, like I always do, I like to chat a little bit and explain myself for some things. And then I'll go into some news, and then the game will start. While that's happening, we can get this squared away, because I need to check my connection. There we go. Now, as many of you saw, I hope, as I was calling the Lakers and Rockets last night, game 4, I will apologize for if I came off as, slow, lethargic, whatever. I was tired, bottom line. The game was a little bit late. I had to get up this morning. I was, pretty much stretched out on the bed on the fourth quarter. And so, I got tired. It happens and whatnot. So I did try to make some announcements as to what I was going to call today. And the original plan was to call the Thunder versus the Suns and then switch over to the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Both those games are elimination games. Now, obviously, I can't call both games at once. My setup is not that exuberant or cool, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. I don't have the chance to do a split screen or anything. Plus, the games are 1 hour apart. The Thunder and Suns starts at 9:30 Eastern, and the Wolves and the Nuggets start at 10:30. So I messaged Renegade last night about that, and he messaged me back while I was asleep, and he said, "You should, if you're gonna do one, finish it." And then I remembered, the Penguins and the Flyers is at 7 o'clock. And that game is the earliest starting one. And also, I've got some chores I need to do tomorrow, or whatever you want to call them, chores, or I don't know what the word right now is. But I have an early morning booking tomorrow morning. So if I was to call the Minnesota game at 10:30, it would probably be done at 1 o'clock in the morning. And a stat boy on 6 hours sleep would not be good. So, as much as I would love to call the 2 basketball games tonight, I have chosen to do this one, the Penguins and the Flyers, game 5. That's what we're doing tonight. As far as tomorrow, we'll see where things go. And there was another reason I wanted to do hockey tonight, and that is because what happened last night with the Ducks and the Oilers. Now, this is the way I saw it. I will read how ESPN wrote it. In fact, let's get that out of the way now. Let's bring that up. We're going to go over to ESPN. And we're going to bring that up. Headline reads, Oilers disagree with overtime goal ruling that has Ducks up 3-1. Written by Greg Wyshynski. Wyshynski. This was written earlier this morning at 1:24 in the morning. And I'm reading this for the first time. Ducks forward Ryan Poling's overtime goal in Game 4 on Sunday gave host Anaheim a 4-3 victory and a commanding 3-1 lead over the Edmonton Oilers in their Western Conference first-round playoff series. But the Oilers aren't convinced that goal should have counted. Quote, "You guys saw it on the screen. We saw it on the TVs on the bench. I don't know how they see it as a conclusive goal," Edmonton defenseman Matthias Ekholm said. Less than 3 minutes into overtime, Poling fired a puck toward the Edmonton crease. It deflected off defenseman Darnell Nurse's skate and trickled behind Oilers goalie Tristan Jarry, who played well in his first start of the series. Referee Jake Brink didn't signal for a goal during the play. In fact, he was positioned along the boards when the puck appeared to cross the line, and no other on-ice official had a closer vantage point. Poling said he knew right away that it crossed the line. Quote, "I thought I saw some white ice when I was behind the net. Then everybody was celebrating." The officials huddled together. Edmonton coach Chris Knobloch estimated it was as long as 90 seconds before the referee announced the call on the ice was a goal for the Ducks pending review. Quote, "They huddled, went to center ice, and then made the call that it was a good goal. It wasn't very definitive." Because it was ruled a goal, the NHL Situation Room had to find indisputable evidence that the goal shouldn't count to overturn the call on the ice. Replays showed the puck appearing to cross the goal line, but the view was obscured by the blade of Jarry's skate. Quote, "It's hard. We were just looking at it, and you really can't tell. You can go either way with it. Obviously, on the losing side of it, we didn't think it went in." But rather than say there wasn't enough evidence to overturn the call on the ice, the NHL Situation Room instead said it determined that the puck completely crossed the goal line in its official ruling. There was nothing inconclusive about it. The league's decision makers said the evidence was clear that it was a goal. Ducks coach Joel Quenneville said, quote, "We all knew it was in when his team saw the replay." Quote, "It was very close. I've seen it before where I thought we were going to get away with it," Knobloch said. "Where they thought a goal has gone in and they haven't been able to prove them, I thought that was the call was going to be, but they obviously thought otherwise." The loss left the Oilers with no margin for error. After having won the Western Conference for 2 straight seasons, Edmonton now faces playoff elimination tomorrow night at home. Though the overtime goal review controversy received the most attention, the next biggest storyline after Game 4 was the health of Oilers superstar Connor McDavid. McDavid had assists on power play goals by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Evan Bouchard, giving him 4 points in 4 games. But he hasn't nearly been his dominant self in the series, leading to speculation that he's been slowed by an injury. Quote, "We're all doing the best we can out there. We're all working, trying to get it done," McDavid said when asked about his health. When asked the same question, Knobloch would only say most everyone this time of year has something. So here's my take on the goal. Yes, I am an Anaheim Ducks fan. Yes, I would love to see the Ducks hoist Lord Stanley's Cup for the second time in their career. Having said that, I looked at the footage and I looked at the pictures of the puck on the line and the skate. I couldn't remember if the skate blade was over the puck or behind the puck. Either way, the skate did block the goal line. And I'm very certain that the rule states that the puck must completely cross the goal line. Let me confirm that. Does the puck need to completely cross the goal line? Yes. For a goal to be valid, the entire puck must pass completely over the goal line. This means that if any part of the puck is still on or above the line, the goal does not count. This rule applies regardless of how the puck enters the net, whether it be by a shot, deflection, rebound, as long as it is not kicked, thrown, or deliberately directed with a hand or arm. So the problem was Yari's skate. I believe, as a Ducks fan, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, if anything obstructs the view of a puck going in, it must be assumed that it didn't completely cross the line. That is my personal opinion. I don't know what the official rule is, but as I read in the story, there has to be enough evidence to overturn it, because the officials in the situation room could not absolutely tell that the puck did cross the line. Or no, I take that back. Because the officials did not have absolute proof that the puck didn't cross the line, the goal counts. They have to have absolute proof. This is kind of like a trial. This is kind of like when you're on jury duty. If you've ever been called for jury duty in any state, in the majority of every courthouse in the United States, the rule is you must find the defendant guilty by a reasonable doubt. That does not mean a juror has to have absolute proof. I learned this the hard way all the way back in 1999, 2000. I believed that I needed absolute proof beyond a shadow of a doubt to show that a defendant was guilty. I needed, if there was any evidence that proved that he was guilty, oh no, I take it back. If there wasn't any evidence to prove that he was guilty, we had no choice but to call him innocent. And because of my stupidity back then, I believe a trial was declared a mistrial because I couldn't differentiate between absolute proof and reasonable doubt. In hockey, when any ruling is made, there must be evidence to overturn it beyond a reason. There has to be. It sounds like absolute proof. There has to be proof that the call was wrong. In this case, I believe the refs got it wrong. And I truly don't believe, as a Ducks fan, that should have counted. But it is the playoffs. And like I said, I do want the Ducks to win. Now, let's just say if the Ducks do end up going all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals and winning the Cup, everybody is going, in the hockey world, everybody is going to go all the way back to this one moment. This one moment has now caused this whole thing, and that's the one thing that's going to be remembered. The Ducks could win every single game for the entire stretch of the playoffs. All the fans are going to remember Game 4 in overtime with a puck sitting on the line and a skate on top of it. And that's what they're going to remember. And that's what I believe is going to happen. I really, really do. I don't like it. But at least also as a fan, I'm admitting it. A lot of people can also say, it's the playoffs. All gloves are off. You root for your team, you win for you want your team to win no matter what. I can't do that. I want a team to win, but I want the team to win for the right reasons. I really, really do. See, and that is almost in any sport. If one boxer is better than the other, if that boxer trains and exercises and has a mean right hook and he does everything right, and the other guy gets one lucky punch and knocks him out, okay. But then you find out that his gloves are like heavier, or you like soaked them in water and then froze them and got that lucky punch and knocked him out with a loaded glove. That's not winning. That's cheating, especially if a title or a belt is on the line. So even this Ducks fan, if the skate was out of the way and the puck was still on the line, it wouldn't have counted. So I believe that, the skate just had, it was a skate. It was a skate. So game 5 is tomorrow night. I'm going to take a look at let's look at all the other stuff here. Let's see what's going to be. Let's plan for tomorrow here. All right. So the Stars and the Wild, game 5 is tomorrow. So we don't need to worry about that. We need to worry who wins because game 6 will be an elimination game. The Golden Knights will take on the Mammoth later tonight after the Flyers and the Penguins. The Oilers and Ducks will play tomorrow's game at 10 o'clock Eastern. I might want to call that one, but I will see. The Sabres and the Bruins, their game 5 elimination game is tomorrow. The Lightning and the Canadian are tied at 2, so their game 6 is an elimination. And so I don't think I would like to call the Ducks game tomorrow. It's a 10 o'clock game. Makes perfect sense too. Game time decision on that. All right, let me take a look at NBA. And I will read the story maybe of the Lakers and the Rockets from last night. All right, so Thunder and Suns, that's at 9:30 tonight. That game is probably going to get started as closer to the end of Flyers Penguins. Game 5, Lakers Rockets, is Wednesday night, 10 o'clock. I already called one game. Nuggets can close out, or Timberwolves can close out the Nuggets tonight at 10:30, but they're not going to be done until probably 1 o'clock in the morning, and by then I'm probably going to be asleep. Spurs Trailblazers is tomorrow night at 9:30. That's a game 5. So Pistons Magic game 4 is tonight in an hour. Orlando's up 2-1, so that's not an elimination game. Cavaliers and Raptors are going to game 5. That is Wednesday night, so game 6 is the elimination game for that one. Same scenario with the Knicks and the Hawks. They'll play tomorrow. Game 6 is an elimination game for them. And tomorrow's Boston and Philadelphia game is an elimination game. That game is at 7 o'clock. So it all looks like I could call the Ducks game tomorrow. I say as long as I get out some work done and maybe get some rest in, I should be able to call the Ducks game, but I will not make that official until like maybe midday. I really want to, but priorities over passion. There's still a couple more stories I'd like to read, but I'm going to read those during intermission between. I'm going to read some more stories on first intermission and second intermission. I would like to read the story on the Lakers Rockets, and I would like to read the story for Kobe as well, because I did see I did see a question from his final press conference at the end of the game from yesterday. So we'll let that happen after intermission and all that. Okay. I'd also like to see if I can get the stats on the draft. If it's possible to know which, let's see if I can do that. 2026 NFL draft stats. Let's see. Draft tracker. College. All colleges. No, that's not what I want. Well, then we'll go to good old, let's see. No. Which college had the most players drafted in 2026? The Ohio State. 11 players. Aha. And that's what I want to see. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. All right. So the top 11, 10, 9, 8, and 7, the top teams that drafted the most, and that's what I was looking for. The Ohio State drafted 11. Texas A&M and Alabama each had 10. Clemson, Miami, and Texas Tech each had 9. Georgia, Indiana, Penn State had 8. Washington, Oklahoma, Oregon, Iowa, Florida, and LSU each had 7. That's what I want. Tennessee drafted 5. That's what I was going for. Okay. The Buckeyes did the best. And it looks like the Penguins and the Flyers are having their warm-ups. Countdown to game time, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Sidney Crosby has 19 points in 23 games when facing elimination. Okay, so we can get rid of that. Are they doing the top 5? Oh, the 6 at 6. Flyers, Penguins playoff moments. Mario Lemieux retires. Flyers, Penguins, 2000 East semifinals, game 4. Flyers beat Penguins in 5 overtimes. 5. Though I think the record is 6. Number 3. Penguins win East quarterfinals after Talbot Carcillo fight. They fight, the Penguins win. Number 2. (2012) East quarterfinals, the teams combined for 56 goals over 6 games. 56. And the number 1 moment between the Flyers and the Penguins, the 2018 first round, Sidney Crosby record 6 goals and 7 assists over 6 games. He is one of the top players. He just shoved him. Red card. Oh my gosh! And he punched him too in La Liga. In a soccer match, the goalkeepers are getting at it now. Can't we all just get along? ESPN now is officially starting Game 5, Penguins and Flyers. As the VFR, the video review, the video package. Game after game after game. Turn that up just a little bit there. They drew first blood, not me. They drew first blood. From Pittsburgh, the PPG Paints Arena, as the Penguins are still trying to stay alive. I wonder if there are terrible towels in the PPG Arena. And Trevor Zegras. It always bothers me when a player that on one of my teams gets traded to another team. 2 teams are already into the second round, the Avalanche and the Hurricanes. The Flyers look to be the third. And if the Flyers do win, they've got the Hurricanes waiting in the wings. Sidney Crosby, the captain. Boom! Right there. That's one reason they won Game 4. He kicked the puck and jumped out of the way. As Ray Ferraro is giving his analysis. Oh, my legs. Alex Bump making his playoff debut, number 20, left winger on Philadelphia. Welcome to the playoffs. Tyson Forrester, one of two forwards without a point in the first 4 games, the other one being Matvei Mishkov. Believe in Pittsburgh as they take a commercial break. Get them out of the way. That's what I say. Bring up the tweeter. Bring up the tweeter. Oh, I have a message. What does it say? Oh. Okay. Turn down that. Bring that up. And all you need to do is retweet. What's that? Retweet and quote. Come on. There we go. We are live. Go, Pens, go. Is that the? I want to make sure that's the right hashtag. Come on, Twitter, work with me here. I am so untech savvy. Pittsburgh. Let's go, Pens. Let's go, Pens. And for the Flyers, Ignite the orange. Capital I. It is so cool to see the American flag being passed from like one section of the arena to the other during the national anthem. I think that is amazing and very patriotic. Dan Vladar is the goalie for the Flyers with a save percentage of .926. Vladar, as he's getting his gloves and a quick shot of water. And for the Penguins, Arturs Silovs, 2 games on 30 shots, 2 goals allowed on 30 shots, his 12th career start, 10 playoff starts with Canucks under Rick Tichet. The puck drops. The Flyers control. The Flyers are going to go, as I see it, right to left. Penguins left to right. Flyers in their own zone. Or Flyers are attacking. Turnaround shot. Nothing there. Penguins bring it up through center and are onside. Flyers get it back. Flyers trying to come up through to center and got a little bit of, and will they get onside? No. Penguins coming back. Penguins have it in their own zone. Penguins through center. And the puck goes out of play at 19-13. With the face-off in center ice, the Flyers control. On DraftKings, the Flyers are the underdog, or are the favorite to win at -650, and that's a cover-up. And we've already got some extracurricular activities. A little bit of a shove there. 1859. Waiting for the play to start again. It'll be to the right of the Pittsburgh goalie, Silvos. Flyers get it. Penguins bring it up through center. Penguins onside. Flyers take it away, back through center. Onside shot. And saved. Flyers battling down in the Penguin zone. Flyers bring it up through center. Flyers onside. Flyers shot. And another. Both of them were saved. Flyers still controlling. And another. Flyers have it by the blue line. That one goes in the netting at 17:49. Barkey, Tippett, and Sealer all got shots in that last little, in the span of 15 seconds, all three of them had shots. Shots of whiskey. No, I'm just kidding. And then finally the puck goes wide right. To the left of Silvos. Flyers control. Back to the point. Sends it in. Blocked, but not a save. Penguins will almost get it out. Now the puck's in center ice. Flyers need to get onside. Quick turnaround in the neutral zone. Penguins have it. And they lose it. Penguins get it back, though. They can turn around and get back onside. And a shot of the score! It's Soderblom. And the Penguins up 1-0. I got a little excited there, didn't I? 17:15 to go. Elmer Soderblom gets a shot and beats Vladar. Right side, almost the corner. With assists from Anthony Mantha and Parker Wotherspoon. Puts the Penguins on the board, 1-0. And that's his first career playoff goal. Penguins have it at center. Sends it behind the net. Anthony Mantha's first point this series. He had 64 in the regular season. Penguins behind their own net. Penguins will go through center ice. And onside. Back to center. Penguins need to regroup. And it looks like they're going for a change. The Penguins in the regular season had 29 goals in the opening 5, most goals in the NHL. I love you, Kindle, your biggest fan. Aw. To the right of Vladar. Somebody lost a stick. It's a broken stick. Penguins get onside. Flyers intercept through center. Get onside, but then lose it, and Silvos will cover up as the puck gets close to the net. 16 minutes exactly left in the period. To the left of Silvos. Flyers control at the blue line. Sends it in, wide left. And that'll go down, and that's icing. Okay, start going. To the left of Silvos. And a lot of whistles being blown. The Flyers, ever since the Olympic break, are 7-1 following a loss. So there it is. And Gerard is going to be called for a penalty, so that's going to put the Flyers. What did he do? Tripping? Yep. Gerard in the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Cates, Zegras, Forrester, Martone, and Drysdale. Drysdale with the puck, backing up. Thank you, ESPN, for putting the tags above the players. Zegras passes and clears. Pass was intercepted. 20 seconds gone in the power play. Thank you, ESPN, so that I can call some names better. Forrester. Penguins have it. Are they going to go shorthanded or clear? They're going to clear. Flyers coming back. Zegras has it. Stops. Sends it over to Dvorak. Back to Zegras. Over to Konecny. Konecny shoots. Goes wide left. Didn't even make it. Martone to Konecny. To Ristolainen. Over to Zegras. Over to Ristolainen. Back over to Konecny. To Ristolainen at the point. Back to Konecny. Sends it in. Nothing. Zegras. Back over to Konecny. I hope I'm saying names right. Zegras again. Over to Konecny. Back to Ristolainen. Fakes the shot. Zegras has it. Ristolainen sends it in. Nothing. Zegras. Back to Ristolainen. Over to Martone. Martone sends it over. Nothing. 25 seconds left. Ristolainen around the boards. Konecny has it. Ristolainen sends another one in. And that's going to be a clear. No, just a center ice, though. 10 seconds left. Sanheim in. Konecny. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Tip it over to York. York shoots one in. And both teams at full strength. Flyers are over 14 in Pittsburgh on the power play. Pittsburgh in the corner. And we are going to have a TV timeout.
And now for a taste of things to come.
got called away to dinner. Look at that beautiful dinner. Meatloaf and potatoes and peas. It's beautiful. All right, still 1-0 with 10:43 to go in the first. Let's get rid of this. And here come the Penguins. They come onside. And a shot and a rebound, and it goes to the Flyers. That was a 95-mile-an-hour slap shot from Carlson. Penguins in the neutral zone. Flyers will intercept. Flyers in the neutral zone. They get onside. Puck comes back. Flyers retreating. Flyers again. Through center. Onside. Penguins intercept. Start making their way back. Penguins through center. Flyers intercept. Penguins intercept. And a big hit in the corner. Can I take a look at that hit, please? Who got hit on who? Martone hit Kindle. That was a big hit, too. It was later on TV timeout, but I've already taken a timeout to get my dinner. And what a beautiful dinner it is. Let's see what's being said on the extend Soderblom for 12 years, $90 million just for getting the first goal? I don't know about all that. How about a $9,000 bonus for getting the first goal? Wouldn't it be great if sports stars could get bonuses based on the way they play? And we're not talking prize money for winning any tournament or game or contest or anything like that. I'm just talking about individual achievements. And the reason I bring this up was when I lived with Renegade a long time ago, face off to the right of Verard, we would play Tiger Woods golf, PGA Tour Tiger Woods golf. And the Flyers in the regular seasons had 20 wins when they trailed the first, second most to the Ducks, who had 21. So if you hit a home run, if you hit a hole in one in a tournament, you would get like $100,000 added to your score, which you could then go to buy attributes for your player. And I'm like, why not do that with the remaining sports in general? Puck out of play at 8:54. Would love to go in the first. Hit a home run, earn an extra $1,000. and that kind of thing. Puck to the, or face off to the right of Silvos. Almost a goal. That was a floater, and it looked like it was on its way in with a last second redirect that bounced off someone's stick and it went away. Here come the Penguins through center ice. Onside. Shot goes wide left, didn't even get close to the goal. Seven shots for the Flyers, 3 shots for the Penguins so far. Penguins skating around in their own zone, up through center, onside. Flyers sending it back. That could be considered almost a cover up there by Silvos. Flyers in center ice. Way back in. Penguins get it from behind their own net. Trying to get to the center. Flyers intercept. Penguins through center. Penguins onside. Flyers get it back. Flyers through center. Backing off. Back to center again. Penguins back to center. Back and forth here. Penguins still onside. Flyers intercept. Back to center. Penguins have it. Onside. A quick touch in. A quick. One of the Flyers went down, but he got back up again. Flyers trying to keep the puck in. And Glending got tangled up there. Back and forth they go. No one's really got control of it yet. Penguins trying to get it through. And they do. They get it onside. And we've got a penalty coming. Penalty coming. So the Penguins have an extra attacker. And that will stop the play right there. And we've got some extracurricular activities again. The fans wanted a fight. They didn't get one. Mantha is being restrained. Mantha and Samheim, they were talking. Malkin and Hathaway offsetting penalties. We're having a meeting. Hold on. Hathaway falls. A few shots, and as they go to commercial to settle out everything. So when they come back, they'll tell us what happened. So Malkin and Manta are in the penalty box. Malkin for roughing, Manta for cross-checking, Hathaway for tripping, and Kanisi for roughing. Kaneki, I was right the first time. Malkin did something like this. He got him on both sides. And somehow there's gotta probably be a double in there somewhere because the Penguins are going to be having a 2-minute power play. I don't see how Pittsburgh is going to be on the power play. I don't see how it shouldn't it be like one big offset? How is that a 2-minute penalty? I don't get it. Russ trying to get it in, doesn't happen. How is Pittsburgh on the power play with 2 players each in the box? What am I missing? Crosby, Raquel, Rust, back to Crosby behind the net. Shorthanded attempt, no. Kendall, 5, 4, 3, 4 seconds left in the power play. I don't get how they were on the power play. That makes no sense. If you got 2 penalties at 2 penalty minutes each, I don't get it. Four seconds left on the power play. Both teams at full strength. I don't get it. Maybe in the next timeout or something, I'll back that up because that's just going to bother me. 3:15 to go in the first. Here come the Flyers. Penguins coming back through center. Flyers trying to keep it in, and they do. 2:35 to go in the first. And that's going to be icing. That's going to be icing. Nope, and waved it off. Two minutes to go. $90 seconds to go. Flyers coming around. Wide. Cleared. Philadelphia Flyers have 25 shot attempts, most in any period this series. Whoa, and a break. Nothing. Nothing there either. Nothing there on that one. Nothing on that one, goes wide left. And apparently the Flyers haven't scored a goal in the first period in the entire series anyway. $15 seconds left in the period. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it. Pittsburgh fans are happy because at the end of one, Penguins are up 1-0. So I'm going to take a break, finish my dinner, clean my plate, rewind the footage, and find out what's going on. Be right back. Okay, I figured it out. Just me being a little impatient. So, with that penalty, Mantha was called for cross-checking, and Malkin was called for roughing. Hathaway was called for tripping and roughing, and Kanicki was called for roughing. So because of Hathaway getting 4 minutes, there were 6 total minutes for the Flyers and only 4 for the Penguins. And that is why the Penguins were on a power play. All right, so now that I got that squared away, I would like to read the story on how the Rockets beat the Lakers last night. As the countdown clock hits 13 minutes to the second period. Headline: Amen Thompson sparks Rockets 115-96 rout to stave off elimination against Lakers. Written by the Associated Press at 1:12 this morning. Amen Thompson scored 23 points, Tari Eason added 20, and the Houston Rockets avoided elimination with a 115-96 rout of the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 4 of the Western Conference Playoff Series Sunday night. Game 5 is Wednesday night in Los Angeles. The Rockets got their first win in the series after falling into an 0-3 hole despite missing Kevin Durant for a third game thanks to a balanced scoring attack. Durant sat out a second straight game with a sprained left ankle after missing Game 1 with a bruised right knee. I'm proud of the guys, Thompson said. Backs against the wall, us coming to perform, but we know we can do that all the time. And I feel like today we were making shots. It's the first time we were really making shots and we were really capitalizing on the turnovers. Houston's entire starting lineup scored at least 16 points, with Alperen Sengun adding 19, Reed Shepherd 17, and Jabari Smith Jr. 16. The Lakers were led by DeAndre Ayton, who had 19 points and 10 rebounds before being ejected with about 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter for a flagrant foul 2 on a hit to Sengun's head. His output wasn't nearly enough to allow the Lakers to close the series out on a night when LeBron James didn't have his best game. He had 10 points on 2 of 9 shooting with 9 assists and 8 turnovers before sitting with about 7.5 minutes to go after scoring 19, 28, and 29 in the first 3 games. But he wasn't the only Laker who struggled. Los Angeles made just 5 3-pointers after combining for 35 through the first 3 games. James was 0 for 3 from long range. Marcus Smith missed both of his attempts, and Luke Kennard was 0 for 23. The Lakers had 23 turnovers Sunday night. LeBron says, if we want to win this series, we have to protect the ball and we have to defensive rebound and we have to be able to obviously bring that toughness, which we did tonight. I'm not worried about that. But the turnovers obviously killed us from start to finish. Houston looked good from the start in this one. After squandering a 6-point lead in the final 26 seconds of regulation in a devastating 112-108 overtime loss Friday night. The focus was good today, and I think just in general, guys have pride, Coach Ime Udoka said. You obviously don't want to get swept, and we understood how well we played last game, and that was a big picture. And the perspective we had was we played a really good 3 quarters. Don't let that last 30 seconds take away from what you did, and I think it was a good carryover tonight. The Rockets led by 9 at halftime and used a 12-4 run to start the third and make it 68-51 with about 8.5 minutes to go in the quarter. They were up by 19 later in the quarter before going on a 9-3 run to end the quarter and pushed the lead to 90-65 entering the fourth. Houston led by 23 with about 7.5 minutes remaining when coach J.J. Redick cleared the Lakers bench. Ayton was ejected with about 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter after receiving a flagrant foul, 2 for hitting Sengun in the face with his elbow and forearm. The referee announcing the foul called the contact unnecessary and excessive. Durant was on the bench Sunday night to support his team after he was absent Friday night because Udoka said he was receiving treatment on his injured ankle. So there you go with that. Breaking news. Teenage sensation Cooper Flagg has won NBA Rookie of the Year, narrowly defeating his former Duke roommate Hon Newpel. Flagg edged out Newpel by 26 points in the voting by a panel of 100 media members. So congratulations, Cooper Flagg, Rookie of the Year. There you go. All right. What else is happening? All right, and here, do I want to? How much time do I have? I think I have time to read this now. Anze Kopitar's 20-year career comes to an end in Kings' loss. No, not that. Not it. Written by Ryan S. Clark, ESPN, 9:44 p.m. Eastern Time yesterday. After years of telling himself there would be a next year, it wasn't until the last 6 minutes of his final game that Anze Kopitar realized there wasn't going to be a next year. Kopitar's 20-year career came to an end Sunday with the Los Angeles Kings losing 5-1 to the Colorado Avalanche in Game 4 of the Western Conference quarterfinals. The Avalanche will advance to the second round where they'll face either the Dallas Stars or the Minnesota Wild. As for the Kings, they have failed to advance beyond the first round since they won their second cup in 2014. They'll be left to rue what went wrong after another first-round exit ahead of an offseason that won't include Kopitar on their roster for the first time since he debuted in the 2006-2007 season. It's hard to comprehend, said Kopitar, age 38, surrounded by his 2 children. But at the same time, these are the 2 reasons I'm really going to enjoy next year too. It's very bittersweet for sure. There's going to be some tears, but that's the way life goes. It's a circle. It's been one hell of a ride for 20 years. Kopitar's final game began with Nathan MacKinnon grabbing a first-period goal and Cale Makar scoring in the second period to stake the Avs to a 2-0 lead. Joel Edmondson scored the Kings' lone goal midway through the second period before the Avs scored 3 unanswered goals in the third for a 5-1 lead with 5:38 remaining. Although the result was no longer in question, much of the crowd stayed to watch Kopitar's final shifts. He took the ice with less than 3 minutes left before the fans started chanting, "Kopi, Kopi, Kopi," for the entirety of what would be his second to last shift. Another chant came with 90 seconds left as the fans repeatedly bellowed, "Thank you, Kopi," before Kopitar returned to the ice to play a final shift that lasted 1 minute, 16 seconds. He finished the game with 1 shot on goal while logging 18 minutes and 30 seconds in ice time. It was hard to keep it together, Kopitar said. Being here for 20 years, more than half of my lifetime, it's extremely special. It's been home for us for 20 years, and I really appreciate the fans. They've been behind me personally. They've been behind the team for all those years. I can truly say that they're probably one of the best fan bases in the entire league. Absolutely. Kopitar led the Kings handshake line in which he was hugged by Avs players, including Gabriel Landeskog, McKinnon, and Makar. Kopitar also shared an embrace with Brent Burns, age 41, who played 11 seasons with the San Jose Sharks and had several encounters against him in the regular seasons and the playoffs. Kopitar shook hands with Colorado coach Jared Bednar and his assistants before skating to the Avs bench to do the same with every athletic trainer and equipment manager. The center then raised his stick in the air and used his other hand to wave to fans while skating the center ice. He was surrounded by Avalanche and Kings players who repeatedly tapped their sticks out of respect. Then, as he had done thousands of times, he skated to the bench in his famed Kopitar 11 sweater for the last time as defenseman Drew Doughty followed him into the tunnel before they reached the dressing room. I'm trying not to think about it right now, an emotional Doughty told reporters after the game, but he had an unbelievable career, means so much to this organization, it's going to be tough without him. There was already a belief that Kopitar, the first Slovenian in NHL history, could be getting close to the end of his career going back to July 2023 when he signed a 2-year extension that was set to expire at the end of this season. He was in the final season of an 8-year pact upon signing what would be his last contract. Kopitar announced in September before this season began that it would be his final campaign. The veteran told ESPN at the time that his family members probably need me just as bad as if that his family members probably need me just as bad, if not more, than the guys do on the ice. He reiterated that commitment to his family toward the end of his 12-minute news conference that saw him receive a standing ovation. You guys know we're away and you're missing birthdays and competitions and hockey games. Thank God for the new technology. But now they get to wake up in the morning and come barge in the room and see me there. That's what they deserve. They've been 11 years, 9 years with a part-time dad, and now they get me full-time. Selected with the number 11 draft back in 2005, he would become one of the greatest players in franchise history. Los Angeles drafted Kopitar as part of a plan that included fellow homegrown talents Dustin Brown, Jonathan Quick, and Doughty in the core that turned the Kings from a struggling franchise to Stanley Cup champions in 2012 and 2014. He retires as the Kings' all-time leader in assists, points, games played, seasons, and game-winning goals, and is the longest-serving player in the club's history. He is a 2-time Selke Trophy winner for the NHL's best defensive forward and a 3-time recipient of the Lady Byng Trophy for gentlemanly play. When asked how he wants to be remembered, Kopitar said, a good teammate and a 2-time Stanley Cup champion. That works. Again, I can't say enough. Thank you, Kopi. Hello there, my friend. How are you? Second period underway. Flyers now moving from left to right. Penguins moving right to left. And the Penguins have it. They're getting through center. Flyers will intercept. Flyers back in their own zone. Flyers pass up through center. Flyers onside. Penguins get the puck back. Flyers get it back. Flyers in the center. Flyers on side. Penguins get it back. Penguins through center. Flyers get it back. Penguins get it back. Flyers get it back. Penguins get it back. Flyers get it back. It's just going back and forth, back and forth. $11-9 in favor of, I didn't even do the first period stats. I'll have to do them at the second intermission before we go into the third. Everybody just going back and forth. Here come the Penguins. Ooh, nice check. Sends it down. Just keep going back and forth. Here come the Penguins. Chris Letang sends it in, but nothing happens there. Circle, back into the circle. Penguins coming in. Lost it. Everyone's crashing into everybody. Shoots, but goes wide left. And we go to center ice as the Penguins retreat a little bit. Beep, beep. Who brought an air horn to the hockey game? I would be so annoyed if I was in the hockey game listening to that wraparound. Almost went in. Nice wraparound, too. Almost snuck in there. A quick steal. And did that go? No, it didn't. Wait a minute. Is that well, we're going to have to look at that one. I think he hit it so hard and so fast that it literally went in and out. And now it looks like they're calling it a goal. Dewar, it deflected and curved. And it curved so fast that the refs couldn't call it. And a quick review, and now we have a goal. Dewar puts the Penguins up 2-0. That puck was hit so fast and it curved so perfectly that it looked like it didn't go in, but it did. So Connor Dewar gets his second goal of the series, and the Penguins are up 2-0. And the Flyers answer right back. How about that? 2 goals in literally a few seconds. 6 seconds in between goals as Bump gets it right over Silvos. Bump making his playoff debut in the series, coming in at 18 miles an hour as Silvos tried to flinch in, and now it's 2-1. How about that, folks? 2 goals in 6 seconds. Unbelievable. That's how fast it happens. DeWar's goal was assisted by Sidney Crosby and Blake Lizotte. And according to the ESPN timeline, it was 12 seconds. Alex Bump's goal was assists from Ristolainen and Cates. So now it's 2-1. And I slouch in my chair because my legs hurt. Excuse me. Pittsburgh with it. I still think that curved one was amazing. It curved so quickly that the refs couldn't even call it a goal. I've got it at 317, sir. I don't have it at 323. Oh my gosh. Very interesting thing I just spotted on X. I'll announce this. Live anytime goal scorer Martone on the Flyers plus 300. Sidney Crosby at plus 275 on DraftKings. To the right of Vladar. Flyers right behind the net. Penguins trying to clear it out, going through center. In onside, coming around the net, and the Flyers will get it back up through center. They'll be called onside, and back to center. And not enough for icing. A question from the FanDuel Sportsbook X page, as that was fanned up high, asks, would you rather be given $50,000 right now, or would you rather pitch, or would you rather try to get a home run off of Pittsburgh pitcher pirate Paul Skeens? He would throw 100 pitches at you, and to collect $100 million, you have to hit one home run. I'd rather take the $50,000. There's no way I could hit anything. No way I could hit anything off of any MLB hitter, even if I practice. We're on a TV timeout. We'll be right back.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Oh, I thought I put that back on, darn it. I'm sorry, folks. All right, 12:29 to go in the second. To the right of Silvos. I thought I sent that off. I guess not. Icing, 12:22. Oh, God. I thought I set that to where I could take a longer break, but I guess I was wrong. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like my legs are like two big blocks of lead right now. To the right of Silvos. So I apologize for slouching, but when you ride share all day and you sit down, I almost wish I could be standing right now, but I'm afraid my legs would give out. And it looks like icing again. That's the first penalty. Flyers with it. Hathaway with a shot. Selvos with a save. And a little bit more extracurricular activities at 10:54. To the right of Silvos. Cover up. Witherspoon with a wrist shot that goes down. And Vladar covers up. "27 of 31 games decided by one goal or two or more after an empty netter." And we got a penalty coming up. Skirmish is the word I'm looking for. Carlson called for tripping. Let's take a look here. Toe to toe. Toe to toe. The Flyers on the power play didn't get a shot at it. Well, they didn't convert, but they only got one shot. To the right of Silvos. Drysdale to Zegras. And that's a clear. Zegras coming up through. Puck going around. Everybody's in the corner. Cates has it. Cates loses it. Cates has it again. Zegras. And a clear. Trevor Zegras has 10 power play goals, 6 more than any other Flyer. Drysdale sends the puck into the benches. 1 minute to go in the power play. 9:37 to go in the period. To the right of Silvos. Penguins with it. And they will clear. Ristolainen. To Kanicki. Kanicki gets it over to nobody, and it goes into the other zone. Tippett has to bring it back. Dvorak has it. Tippett has it. Tippett sends it over, nobody there to get it. Barkey has it. Ristolainen shoots, goes wide. Kanicki, Ristolainen, Barkey, Ristolainen by the point. Flips it towards the net, nothing happens. Kanicki sends it around the boards. 10 seconds in the power play. Barkey, Ristolainen. Barkey, Ristolainen. 3, 2, 1. And the Flyers are lose the power play, so the Penguins are back at full strength. Penguins with it. And the Flyers will ice the puck with 8:05 to go. To the right of Vladar. Flyers control. Penguins have it. Penguins coming up through center. Letang with a shot. And Villard covers up. 7:44 to go. TV timeout. I'm going to stay put. I promise. Oh, my legs. My Android has new features. Create custom soundtracks. Describe your vibe, add a photo to make a unique track. Okay. Create, edit, and combine images. Okay. Create highlight reels of your best memories. Search for memories in your photo library. Grab your friend's attention with a mention. Find friends without leaving the chat. Share your real-time location in Google Messages. Find top deals faster in the Promotions tab. See all features under What's New. Yeah, I'm so clueless when it comes to technology. Winning ingredients. Look at that curving goal again. Goes so quick. It went so quick that nobody knew what happened. To the left of Villard. And everyone's battling around the puck. Almost a wraparound. Ryan Shea with a pretty good chance there at an 86 mile an hour. Crosby's. Something happened to Crosby big time, and he went down the tunnel immediately. I missed it. I don't know what happened, but he jumped off the ice, and he just immediately went down the tunnel during a change. Big hit there into the boards. Let's see what happened here. It looks like he got hit with the puck. Oh. So Crosby took a puck to his knee and immediately hobbled off the ice and down the tunnel. Flyers with it. Shot off the net. Off the wall. Still fighting around for it. Penguins just can't get out of their own zone. Flyers still fighting with it. Point to point to point again. And the Flyers tie the game up with a goal from Travis Sanheim. We are tied 2-2. And it touches Carlson's stick. Two tie. Sign with assists from Ristolainen and Kanicki. Penguins coming back through center ice. Crosby has come back from the tunnel, so he's okay. And now he's back on the ice, and he's got the puck, and he sends it in. There's Sidney. Zegras with a shot. Penguins trying to center it up. Crosby with it, sends it around. Crosby from behind the back of the net. Sends it around to the blue line. And another odd goal. What happened here? What is going on with the Penguins just scoring goals and no one's catching? Letang is celebrating. It is a goal, but what happened? Oh my gosh. Letang fires towards the net. It hits the back wall, and it bumps Vladar in the back of his skate on the back of his pad, and he didn't even see it. And it just trickled right in. It deflected off the back of his leg, and by the time he realized to sit down, the puck was already in the net. It literally trickled and bounced off. That one was a bit of a sloppy goal, but it's a goal nonetheless, and the Penguins have the lead 3-2. And the netting is taken off of the brackets, and now we're definitely going to have some scraps. We're definitely going to start swinging at this point. .224 to go in the second. What a wild game, literally. Who would have thought that a puck that bounces off the back wall and literally trickles off the goalie will count? Unbelievable. TV timeout with 2 minutes and 24 seconds left to go. Definitely need a break after that.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Everything is happening in Pennsylvania. I don't know what that was on my phone. I apologize. Sidney Crosby with 2 assists, 69th multi-point playoff game, third all-time behind Gretzky and Messier. With 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Offsides. The Penguins are the first team ever with 3 or more players aged more than 38 to score. Chris Letang celebrated his 39th birthday on April 24th, got the game-winning goal in Game 4, and has the go-ahead goal tonight. Well, it's almost like they're stretching for stats. Penguins and the Flyers just going all over. Minute 20 to go. One minute to go in the period. The McFlurry minute. Coming through center. Offside's the call with 46 seconds left. .46 as 20th season as Penguins teammates, longest teammate trio. Avenyi Malkin, Sidney Crosby, Chris Letang. .40 seconds left to go. And there's the buzzer. Second intermission, friends. As we get ready for the third, stats will come up. One good look across the sporting world, and then the third period. Be right back. All right, with the third period about to start in 3 minutes, let's put up the stats and see what's going on. 18 shots for the Penguins, 14 shots for the Flyers, 32 hits for the Flyers, 29 hits for the Penguins, 8 total penalty minutes for the Penguins, and 6 for the Flyers. Face-off percentage, 58% to 42 in favor of the Flyers. As far as the goalies, Vladar, 15 of 18 for 83%. And Artur Silovs, 12 of 14, 857. There's only one other hockey game tonight, and that is the Golden Knights and the Mammoth, game 4. And of course, they did the jersey exchange for game 3. What are we talking about wrestling here on ESPN? Oh, WrestleMania Backlash. His Backlash. The Pistons are playing the Magic. It's 3 minutes before halftime. Right now, the Pistons are winning 47 to 42. In baseball, around the league, the only game that is final, the Rays beat the Guardians 3-2. It's raining in Chicago. We are getting ready to start the third and potentially final period in 40 seconds. Can the Penguins hold off another game? Can the Flyers score 2 goals and knock the Penguins out? Let's go. Let's go. Third period underway. Oh, the Hulk Hogan documentary's out on Netflix. I gotta watch that. Sidney Crosby on the ice to the right of Vladar. When leading after the second, the Penguins are 32-7, and they almost got another goal. And Vladar literally had to stretch out and lie down on his tummy to make a save. He was wheeling and dealing. Oh my gosh. Crosby was wheeling, dealing, and deacon and went right to the pad. .1936 to go to the left of Vladar. Flyers with a bit of a steal. Coming up the boards. Dancing around. And Penguins get it. Less than 19 to go in the game. In regulation. Sends it in deep. And we got a penalty coming. Tripping. Andre. Yep, that's a trip. Emil Andre, 2 minutes for tripping. Pittsburgh on the power play. Malkin, Crosby, Rust, Raquel, and Carlson. And the Flyers clear. Carlson's got it. Carlson passes back to Raquel. Raquel through center ice. Crosby, pass broken up. And they clear. Briefly, Carlson was at the blue line. Malkin. Onside the Rust. Malkin. Along the boards. Crosby. Back to Malkin. Over to Carlson. Over to Malkin. Back over to Carlson. Back over to Malkin. Over to Crosby. Over to Malkin. Back up to Carlson. Over to Raquel. To Carlson. Back over to Raquel. Back over to Carlson. Carlson fakes the shot. Over to Crosby. Crosby to Malkin. Back over to Crosby. Back over to Carlson. Back over to Crosby. Back to Malkin. Back over to Crosby. Carlson. Raquel shoots. And saved. 34 seconds. See, this is why, I wish that was the best call of the entire game that I've ever had. And there's got to be a way for that graphic to pop up. Why do the graphics only pop up during power plays? I wish that could be a thing. That should be a thing for the NHL. That was one of the best calls I've had this entire game. To the right of Vladar. And cleared. Kendall to Novak. Novak speeds across the line. Kendall sends one over. Letang will shoot one in, but it goes far left. 6 seconds left to go on the power play. Novak to Kendall, and power play over. Like I said, there's got to be a way. I say next season there should be like an extra access thing to where if you can't tell what player has the puck, that should be an option. Because right now I can't tell who's got what. 15:20 to go in regulation. Nice save. Sealer with a nice shot. Glove save. So I just typed, why does ESPN show the player's name during a power play? ESPN shows the players' names during power plays to help viewers identify who is on the ice. This practice is similar to how names are displayed in video games and is intended to make it easier for casual viewers to follow along with the game. The names are displayed above the players' heads and are particularly useful when players are not wearing numbers, as it helps to differentiate them from the rest of the players on the ice. This feature is also used by other sports networks such as Sportsnet, and it is designed to enhance the viewing experience for those who may not be familiar with the players' numbers. Okay, that's me. $12.50 to go. Out of play. As we go to a TV timeout. And apparently everybody thinks it's a bad idea from what I'm looking, but I happen to like it because it actually helps. Because like there's people like me that don't know all the players because I don't watch it all the time. What would it take? Players' names during a hockey game. do hockey play-by-play commentators identify players? Yeah, I can't do that. Oh well. This is probably why I don't call hockey games all season. And I only do it during the playoffs. To the right of Vladar with 12:38 to go. And they are trapped in the corner there. The puck comes loose. Nice shot. Nice swipe. And the Flyers are going to hold up for a second. Flyers get a quick shot off there, but nothing on that. And here come the Penguins. And icing. I can't believe this goal. Off his mask almost there. To the right of Silvos. Swallowed up. Save. See, in baseball, it's pitch by pitch. You know the batter that's coming up. You know who's pitching. And the only downside for me is when the defense, I haven't memorized who the player is on defense. I know who the pitcher is. I know who the batter is. But as far as the other 8 players, I usually don't say their names. I'll say the first baseman. I'll say the catcher. I'll say the left fielder. I'll say the center fielder. Then I see the play when it gets recorded, and then I report it. In football, I know who the quarterback is. I can see whether he is passing or running. I can see the handoff, and then I can just hear who receives the ball. But in hockey and basketball, because the action is so quick and because I don't know the players as it's happening, it just it gets a little frustrating there. And of course, again, we know the 4 teams to win the series that were down 3-0, the 42 Maple Leafs, the 75 Islanders, the 2010 Flyers, and of course, the one and most important, the 2014 LA Kings. I think I've said that in every hockey game I've called so far. a little bit of stuff there. And when there's downtime, in between setting up and getting ready for the next face-off, which will be to the left of Ladar, it's kind of hard to call things because I just don't know who's who. But I'm trying my best. Whenever there's like a battle for the puck, unless the camera gets in really close, I don't know who is who. Here come the Flyers through center ice, backing up a little bit. That almost looked offsides, but swallowed up. And they go to TV timeout. Let's do some baseball scores here. I don't think it's going to be a game between the Angels and the White Sox. They've been delayed with rain for a very long time. The Rays have beaten the Guardians 3-2. The Cardinals have defeated the Pirates 4-2. The Yankees are beating the Rangers 4-0 in the top of the sixth. The Twins are beating the Mariners 8-2 in the bottom of the sixth. The Red Sox are in the bottom of the ninth with the Blue Jays. It's 5-0 there. The Dodgers play the Marlins in a late game. And the Cubs and the Padres are going to get started in about a few minutes. But if there's a rain delay, where's the game at? Is the game in Chicago? No, the game's in Chicago, and it's raining. So where are the Cubs playing? Are the Cubs playing in Chicago too, or are they in San Diego? Oh, they're in San Diego at Petco, so ain't got to worry about that. I don't think there's ever been a rain delay in Anaheim. Let's type that in and find out. Has there ever been a rain delay in Anaheim? Yes. For an Angels baseball game. Yes. There has been a rain delay for an Angels baseball game. The Angels were rained out at home for the first time in 20 years. Rare rain out in Anaheim. When did this? Flyers in center ice with about 9 minutes to go in the game. A Dory Lou has hithered. Here comes Dory Lou. She's coming on. The Wild and Stars don't play till tomorrow, I think.
Okay, fine.
And it's only game 5, and we have to. Well, wait, but game 6 is the elimination game. Right now, the Penguins are winning 3-2.
Okay, so I'm jumping ahead. I'm changing sports. Go Wolves.
Go Wolves, yes. That game's at 10:30. I'm going to be asleep.
I'll be on my way home.
Okay. Wolvesies against your Minnesota Timberwolves. 8 minutes to go in the game, and is that icing? Yes. Icing on the cake. Cake. I like cake. It's all about the chocolate cake. And their father said, chocolate cake for everyone. Why do they gotta show everybody spitting? Flyers get the puck back with 7:22 left as they come through the blue line. And it gets broken up. Offsides. At 7:08. Nope, the puck went into the crowd. He crumpled to the ice, got hit in the knee, and then helps Dewar score. And then Letang. Seven minutes to go. Whistles galore. Offside is the call at 6:50. My guess, the Flyers are going to pull their goalie in 3 minutes. I don't think they would go any sooner than that. What do you say? Okay. Flyers with it at the point. 6.5, sends it out. Gets broken up a little bit. Goes across ice, nobody there. Bounces around. On the back of the neck. The back of the neck. 6 minutes. Am I actually behind? I think I'm actually behind. I don't think. Oh no. I don't think I. Yes, I did. Oh no. I'm not even live. Oh. How did that happen? How far back am I? And how did that happen? Oh no. All right, I have now it down to 3 minutes and 15 seconds. I don't know how that happened. .305. 3 minutes. .245. I was behind the whole time. Doggone it. I must be slipping big time. 2.5. Here come the Penguins. Sending it down past the circle. Fans are going crazy, waving their towels. 2:10 to go. Flyers still haven't pulled their goalie, though. They never pulled their goalie. Now they have, with 2 minutes left. The goalie is off. It's an empty net. Six on 5. Sending it around. .90 seconds to go. Send it in. Blocked. And can they get it? It was just going to go wide left. 1:15 to go. Flyers coming up, looking to tie. Penguins have, nope, they don't have it. They send it around the boards. Penguins have it, racing toward the empty net, and they missed. 55 seconds left. A bounce off the wall, a carom. Flyers get it back, send it all the way around. 43 seconds left. And that should be icing with 39 seconds left. That should be a timeout, I believe. I have a feeling they're going to call a timeout. They're going to use their timeout. Puck went right wide left. It hit the side of the net. I'm more embarrassed that I was behind, and the game had progressed, and I didn't even catch it. And it looks like there is a timeout on the ice. In the third period, this postseason, there's been a game tying or goal-ahead goal in 16 of 31 games. Not sure who called timeout, but the Flyers have 39 seconds to tie this game. To the right of Silvos. Penguins have it. They'll flip it down. And it's going to hit the post. Crosby tried to hit the empty net. 20 seconds left. "15. Puck sending down, and it'll go wide left, and icing is the call with 9 seconds left on the clock. Fans are waving their towels like crazy because if these next 10 seconds go the way they're supposed to, the Penguins have won back-to-back face-off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll do it. And the Penguins stay alive again, winning Game 5 by the score of 3-2. Let them stop. Come on, guys. The game's over. It's not worth it. They're talking to each other. Don't end the game like that. Come on. Game's over. Pittsburgh wins. Game 6. When is Game 6? Game 6, Wednesday night, 7:30. I have not decided as to what I'm going to do next. I will say this much. Let's first get the stats out on this game, and then we'll call it a night because I am tired. I want to go to bed. I want to get a good night's sleep. "21 shots for the Penguins, 20 shots for the Flyers, 42 hits for the Flyers, 37 hits for the Penguins." There was a penalty at the very end of the game, so that put the Flyers at 10, 8 for the Penguins, 53% for the face-offs, 46 for the Penguins. Alrighty, friends. So that's going to do it for this game. Again, the original plan was to call basketball, but I cannot stay up late tonight. I've got a private ride first thing in the morning. And right now, I have not decided on what is happening tomorrow night. The early thought would be the Ducks and the Oilers, and that is all pending on the workday. If I can get some work done and maybe come home and rest for a few hours prior to the game, I should be able to call the Ducks and the Oilers tomorrow night. That will be the tentative schedule. It will not be confirmed until probably, I don't know, maybe 6 o'clock, because that's when I'll probably end my workday. I've got it. So we'll see where it goes. Tentative plan is to call Ducks Oilers tomorrow night. I will do my best to do so. I promise. I love you all. It's time to go to bed. I am tired. I'm done. Congratulations to the Pens. They win. Let's just put this and make this official here. Good night, everybody. Hopefully, see you tomorrow for Ducks Oilers. We shall see.